She, in my opinion, is the new face of the PFL. She was the big winner on Friday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. She is the 125-pound women's tournament winner. She is a $1 million winner. She won the PFL Europe tournament. And now the big shebang, if you will. She is the pride of Manchester and Bulgaria. She is the one and only Dakota Ditcheva.
I'm happy to be back. You know, I'm excited to get in the cage now and showcase my skills again.
We have a warning for the UFC brass today. When legendary MMA journalist Ariel Helwani and former lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov start talking about the same fighter, you better listen up. The message is crystal clear. The UFC is sleeping on what might be the most dominant female fighter on the planet right now. We're talking about Dakota Ditcheva, the undefeated PFL champion who just sent shockwaves through the MMA world with her devastating knockout of former UFC contender Taila Santos.
Taila Santos digging deep for sure. Santos is in big trouble. She's in big trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for the championship. Not sure what that's all about.
Today, we're breaking down why the entire MMA community is going absolutely crazy on social media, demanding the UFC make a move for this 26-year-old destroyer from Manchester. Stay tuned because this story is heating up fast. Let's start with what has everyone talking. At the PFL Championship in Saudi Arabia, Dakota Dangerous Ditcheva did what she does best. She dominated from start to finish.
Come on in.
Down the fence.
We're ready.
So long and rangy.
Put away.
In the co-main event, Ditcheva faced Taila Santos, a fighter who many believe deserved to beat Valentina for the UFC flyweight title. Santos was considered the toughest test of Ditcheva's career. The result? A brutal second-round body shot knockout that left Santos crumbling in the middle of the cage, as Ariel Helwani put it. Woo Dakota Ditcheva second-round TKO, clinical, impressive. Again, she wins the million and the tournament. Face of PFL. A few months later, she did a vlog shopping for the best deal on car insurance because funds were tight. What a story.
Said, oh, I've got PFL here. It's the show that Brendan's on. So it was because Brendan had signed with them out of the UFC that I kind of knew what it was. And they were like, oh, they're launching in Europe. They're going to do like a $100,000 tournament. So they'd love to, you know, get you involved. And that's kind of how it started for me. But I think I wouldn't have known.
Think about that for a second. Just months ago, she was worried about car insurance payments. Now she's walking away with $1 million check and being called the best women's fighter on the planet. That's the kind of meteoric rise that creates superstars. Ditcheva is now 14-0 as a professional, with an absolutely ridiculous 92% knockout rate. 12 knockouts, 1 submission, and only 1 decision. Those are video game numbers, folks. But here's what separates Ditcheva from other prospects. Her mindset is pure championship material, and it's exactly what caught Khabib Nurmagomedov's attention. In a recent interview with Uncrowned, Ditcheva revealed her ambitious plan. She's not just thinking about staying undefeated, she's targeting Khabib-level legendary status.
But last time out, we saw the grappling skills as well. Will we see more of that tomorrow night?
Yeah, if that's where she wants to go, I'll take it to the floor. I mean, I can fight anywhere, so I'm happy to do whatever.
You've done your camp for this fight at American Top Team, obviously probably the best gym in the world, a room full of killers there. What has that added to your game?
Yeah, I've done a full camp at Top Team this time. So, I mean, I've just had the experience of training with a lot of girls, you know, and a lot of heavier girls, highly experienced and, you know, top level. So, and, you know, I'm holding my own. So there's not really much people can offer me now these days. You know, I'll be in there for a tough fight, but she didn't sound too convinced herself, did she?
You got a huge fight tomorrow night, but as we all know, you're a huge City fan. They're playing tomorrow night, just before your fight. Are you watching, or are you going to be focused on the fight fully?
No, I'm definitely going to watch City if I get time, 100%. You know, they're just as important as my fight. But I mean, I always say this, I don't get paid like this.
Listen to this quote. People always say there'll always be someone there who can beat you, but who says? Why do people say that? Why accept you're going to get beat at one point? That's not the mentality you should have, she continued. I think about staying undefeated and going to 15-0, 30-0, 60-0. I'm not thinking about one loss on my record. Hell no, it's not going to happen for me.
Now, Dakota, you always come off as being so sweet, so kind, so bubbly. But you are just such a subtle, great little trash talker, especially with the hand gestures. I noticed you hushing Jenna's corner because there's been a lot of talk this week between the two of you. Did it feel good to kind of, not shut her up, but get the redemption that you wanted after all the back and forth?
Yeah, definitely. I think shut them all up. I feel like I've took a lot of stick from like all the girls this tournament, which comes with the fight game, and I never moan. You know, I just let them write what they want to write, tag me in it, all sorts of stuff, and I just let my fighting do the talking, and then I get my little say at the end. So yeah, it's satisfying to get another stoppage, you know. And even like the other girls in the tournament, like Taila Santos, she fought Jenna, she didn't stop her, she got a split decision. So I'm shutting them all up by proving them wrong and getting the first round stoppages again.
That's the exact mentality that made Khabib a legend. The refusal to accept defeat as inevitable, the belief that perfection is achievable. And just like Khabib dominated his division with grappling, Ditcheva is doing it with striking, but she's also shown massive improvements in her ground game. The American top team product is becoming more complete with every fight, and that combination of elite striking with improving grappling is terrifying for any potential opponent. The MMA community has completely lost its mind over this performance, and the message to the UFC is unanimous. Sign this woman now. Let me read you some of these reactions that are blowing up Twitter and Instagram, bro, hypothetically. If Dakota Ditcheva got a title shot in her UFC debut against Valentina, I genuinely think she would demolish her. She's so well-rounded, but her striking is otherworldly. Shawty has John Jones-esque technique, and it's fire to watch. Dakota Ditcheva is UFC ready. She beats your favorite UFC W flyweight. The UFC needs to grab Dakota Ditcheva. Ditcheva might be the best women's fighter on the planet. But here's the tweet that really caught fire. UFC needs to make a trade with PFL for Dakota Ditcheva. Fans are literally demanding the UFC make a business deal to get her. When was the last time you saw this level of grassroots demand for a fighter who's never stepped foot in the octagon?
It's been viral on the internet for a reason, and in her last fight, fighting Taila Santos, TKO in the second round. She usually beats him in one. 12 knockout TKOs in her career, 1 submission. She can take her opponent down. She's a Muay Thai kickboxing stylist, and the power that she has is to behold. It's unbelievable. And I know that word is heavily used, but Dakota Ditcheva deserves that. She is unbelievable. And that's why this would be the greatest fight right now in the
flyweight division has been dominated by Valentina Shevchenko for years, but fans genuinely believe Ditcheva could walk in and change everything immediately. Now here's where it gets interesting. The UFC has a real problem on their hands. Dakota Ditcheva is scheduled to fight Sumiko Inaba at PFL Cape Town on July 19th, 2025. That's her first fight of the year, and she's been vocal about her frustration with the long layoff. The PFL knows they have a superstar on their hands. They've invested heavily in building their promotion, and Ditcheva is becoming the face of their brand. But the longer they keep her from the biggest stage in MMA, the more pressure builds.
right on the money, baby. What a kick.
From a business perspective, the UFC flyweight division desperately needs fresh blood. Valentina Shevchenko has cleared out most of the division, and casual fans are losing interest. Ditcheva represents exactly what the division needs: youth. Youth, excitement, and devastating finishing ability. The question isn't whether Ditcheva belongs in the UFC, it's whether the UFC can afford not to have her. With her perfect record, million-dollar star power, and the kind of highlight reel finishes that go viral, she's exactly what the promotion needs to revitalize women's flyweight.
Shevchenko would be 3 inches shorter. She'd be taking on a woman with insane power that could really hurt her if she gets the right strike up. Valentina is a master of sport in multiple striking disciplines, including boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo, judo. Valentina is the best. This would be the best opponent for her. This would be the best matchup for...
What do you think? Should the UFC break the bank to sign Dakota Ditcheva? Can she really beat Valentina Shevchenko on debut? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more MMA breaking news, and hit that notification bell so you never miss when we drop the latest updates on the hottest stories in combat sports. And we'll see you next time on MMA Central.
Breach. She has the long-range weapon that we've got to watch out for Collins is that rear stabbing front kick. We saw her use it against Sinead Kavanagh. Really good, jamming it into the mid-set. Right there for Collins for caught in massive trouble. Here's the exchange where she gets caught. Beautiful right hook, cracked her on the chin.
It was that right hand that got through earlier, and then it really landed. Just watch it again. And she fell face first.
Come on in.
Down the fence.
We're ready.
So long and rangy.
Put away.
Two undefeated queens, two different paths to dominance. One burning question: is Sarah Collins the fighter who could actually challenge Dakota Ditcheva's reign? Today, we're breaking down the ultimate matchup that MMA fans are dying to see. On one side, we have Dakota Ditcheva, the 26-year-old British phenom who just became PFL's youngest champion and the first British female MMA world champion, walking away with that cool $1 million prize.
And a lot of people don't understand with a judoka that has the skill level of Sarah Collins. When you get into this Kezigatami, they're so good at controlling this position. A lot of people think, oh, I can just take my leg and flip it and take the back. It's not that easy. Now with the arm in this position, Sam Sorensen's in real trouble.
And putting the squeeze, raining down punches and strategizing as well, John. Collins trying to finish.
Now she switched it.
She does. Sarah Collins in her Bellator MMA debut records the first round submission win. The 32-year-old is a perfect 4-0 with 2 submission victories.
On the other side, we have Sarah Collins, the 34-year-old Australian judoka turned striker who just shocked the world by submitting Leah McCourt to become Bellator's #1 contender. But here's the real question everyone's asking. Could Sarah Collins be the one to finally test Dakota's dominance? Let's dive deep into the tale of the tape. First, let's talk about the woman everyone's calling the future of women's MMA, Dakota Ditcheva. The record Dakota's sitting pretty at 13-0, with 12 of those wins coming by way of knockout or TKO. That's a 92% finish rate. But here's what makes her special. She's not just winning, she's demolishing opponents.
Beautiful from Dakota. Beautiful pump. It's going to be unbelievable.
Dakota's style is pure violence wrapped in technical precision. Coming from a Muay Thai background, she was a world champion before transitioning to MMA. Her striking is absolutely lethal. Her signature? Body shots that drop fighters like they've been hit by a truck.
Ditcheva. Wow, big head kick. Very well placed. Now listen, Ditcheva did a great job to still stay in that fight after that because that landed. Absolutely. So, absolutely.
She's never won a belt, as she said. Like, she's not a complete fighter, is she? I'm not a complete fighter. She definitely isn't either, so. But whatever.
Just look at her recent performances. She finished Taila Santos, a former UFC title challenger, with body punches in the second round. Santos had never been finished before. That's the Dakota difference. At just 26, she's already broken multiple records. Youngest PFL champion in history, first British woman to win an MMA world title, and she's doing it all with Manchester City goal celebrations that have become her trademark. The confidence, the skill, the marketability. Dakota has it all. Now let's talk about the woman who might be flying under the radar, Sarah Collins.
Breach. She has. The long-range weapon that we've got to watch out for Collins is that rear stabbing front kick. We saw her use it against Sinead Kavanagh. Really good, jamming it into the midsection.
Right there for Collins for caught in massive trouble.
Here's the exchange where she gets caught. Beautiful right hook, cracked her on the chin.
It was that right hand that got through earlier, and then it really landed. Just watch it again. And she fell face first.
Sarah's perfect at 6-0, but here's where it gets interesting. She's not just winning, she's evolving before our eyes. 3 of her 6 wins have come by submission, showing a completely different skill set from Dakota. Sarah's story is fascinating. 20 years as a judoka, representing Australia at World Championships, then a complete reinvention as a striker-grappler hybrid. What we saw against Leah McCourt was masterful. She dropped McCourt with a right hook, then seamlessly transitioned to a rear naked choke for the finish.
Really good, jamming it into the midsection.
Right hand for Collins. McCourt in massive trouble.
This is over. She's pouring it on. Leah's trying to recover here. She's trying to turn, but she's getting hit with some big shots.
Inside the first minute and a half. Can McCourt get up?
McCourt. This isn't your typical one-dimensional fighter. Sarah brings world-class judo. She's developed legitimate knockout power, and her fight IQ is off the charts. Here's what makes Sarah dangerous. She's 34, she knows her window is limited, and she's hungry. There's something about veteran fighters who find MMA later in life. They bring a different level of intensity, a different understanding of combat.
Me to never fuck nobody without telling me. Right back,
Dakota, 13 fights, all in MMA, dominated from day one. Sarah, 6 MMA fights, but 20 years of world-class martial arts experience. Edge, this is closer than you think. Dakota has more cage time, but Sarah's been competing at the highest levels for decades. Dakota, 92% finish rate, all striking. Sarah, 67% finish rate, multiple methods. Edge, Dakota for consistency, but Sarah's versatility could be the X factor. Dakota just beat Taila Santos, a former UFC title challenger. Sarah just submitted Leah McCourt, a longtime Bellator contender. Edge, slight edge to Dakota, but both are beating quality opposition. Dakota, 26, potentially years away from her prime. Sarah, 34, likely at her peak right now. This could be Sarah's biggest advantage. She's peaking at the perfect time. So could Sarah Collins beat Dakota Ditcheva? Here's my honest breakdown. Sarah's path to victory. Use her judo to get Dakota to the ground, avoid the knockout power, and submit her. If Sarah can weather the early storm and drag Dakota into deep waters, her experience advantage could shine through. Dakota's path to victory. Keep it standing, use her Muay Thai clinch game, and land those devastating body shots. The longer Sarah stands with Dakota, the higher the chance she gets dropped. The reality, this would be an absolute war. 2 undefeated fighters, 2 completely different styles, and everything on the line. Look, Dakota Ditcheva is the current queen of women's MMA, and rightfully so. But Sarah Collins represents something dangerous: experience, versatility, and the hunger of someone who knows their time is limited. Could Sarah be the one to hand Dakota her first loss? I honestly think she's got the best chance of anyone right now. The grappling could be the great equalizer. What do you think, fight fans? Is Sarah Collins a legitimate threat to Dakota's dominance, or is the Dakota hype train unstoppable? Drop your predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more fight analysis, and hit the notification bell because these two are on a collision course that...
Bro, she's a killer. She's a killer. She's the future of MMA, and I think that she's only getting better. She's young, she's hungry, she's disciplined, she's motivated. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She's got a great team around her. I think that the sky's the limit for her.
Come on in.
Down the fence.
Ooh. We're ready.
So long and rangy.
Put away.
The UFC flyweight division might want to take notice because there's a storm brewing across organizations. After Kayla Harrison's bold proclamation that Dakota Ditcheva is a killer and the future of MMA, another veteran fighter has stepped forward with an even more direct warning about the British sensation.
Not in the UFC yet, but look at Dakota Ditcheva. She is a scary striker, and she's an amazing athlete, right? But her mom was Muay Thai world champion, so she came up in this sport and has been doing it her whole entire life.
Today, we're breaking down why Juliana Killer Miller's latest comments about Dakota Ditcheva have sent shockwaves through the MMA community, and whether this undefeated PFL champion could be the biggest problem the UFC women's flyweight division has never faced. Let's start with the bombshell that's got everyone talking. Juliana Killer Miller, the veteran fighter known for her no-nonsense approach, didn't mince words when asked about Dakota Ditcheva's striking prowess and perfect 15-0 record.
The pain ain't cheap.
Right hand.
Preach. That's it.
Miller stated, and I quote, "Dakota isn't just another prospect. She's a legitimate threat to every girl in the UFC flyweight division. Her striking is surgical, her power is real, and that 15-0 record isn't padded with easy fights. The UFC girls better wake up because this British fighter is coming, and she's bringing problems they've never seen before."
Here we go! Right on the money, baby! What?
Now, this isn't just random hype. Miller has been in there with elite competition throughout her career, so when she calls someone a legitimate threat, people listen. But what makes this warning even more significant is the timing.
It's going to be unbelievable.
Just weeks after Kayla Harrison, now the UFC bantamweight champion, called Ditcheva a killer and the future of MMA, we're seeing more established fighters echoing these sentiments. Harrison knows elite talent when she sees it, having trained alongside Ditcheva at American Top Team.
Bro, she's a killer. She's a killer. She's the future of MMA, and I think that she's only getting better. She's young, she's hungry, she's disciplined, she's motivated. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She's got a great team around her. I think that the sky's the limit for her.
Let's talk numbers, because that 15-0 record isn't just impressive. It's downright terrifying for future opponents. Here's what makes Dakota Ditcheva so dangerous. She's finished 14 out of her 15 professional wins. That's a 93% finish rate that would make even the most elite UFC fighters jealous. Her most recent victory came against former UFC title challenger Taila Santos. And she didn't just beat Santos, she became the first person to ever finish her.
She never fuck nobody without telling me.
Right back home, big D.
But it's not just the numbers, it's how she's getting these finishes. Ditcheva has been dropping opponents with devastating body shots that leave them crumpled on the canvas. Her Muay Thai background, remember, she was a world champion before transitioning to MMA, gives her striking combinations that most fighters have never encountered.
Watch them, Vale, manca un minuto e mezzo. Un minuto e mezzo, vale. Attenta che entra la ginocchiata. Vale, ti muovi meglio. Ha detto che ti devi muovere. Fuck, Valentina, throw the shot. Capisci, vale, fai la matta.
You can't open that over. You got to pull and go to the back. Okay, you got to circle away and get the kick. You are it. Time, ladies and gentlemen. Danger.
Look at this. Look at this.
At just 26 years old, she captured the 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight Championship and that $1 million prize, becoming the youngest champion in PFL history. She's also the first British female MMA world champion, which tells you something about the level she's operating at.
Watch them, Vale, manca un minuto e mezzo.
The scary part, she's still improving. Every fight, we see new dimensions to her game. Started as a pure striker, now she's submitting people with rear naked chokes. That evolution should terrify anyone who might face her in the future. Now here's where things get interesting for UFC matchmakers and flyweight contenders. Miller's warning about Ditcheva being a problem for UFC girls isn't just trash talk. It's a realistic assessment of stylistic matchups. Look at the current UFC women's flyweight landscape. You've got champion Valentina Shevchenko, who's dominated through technical striking and fight IQ. You've got contenders like Manon Fiorot, who brings elite kickboxing credentials. On paper, these should be competitive fights with Ditcheva.
You could fight any female right now. Who would you want to go with?
Valentina Shevchenko right now. I want to be at the top. You know, I'm still 26. She's been around for a long time.
Right now, I'm not too sure that Shevchenko is the best 125er there is. This girl is, man, she goes after people. She is nasty.
Valentina has to fight this
But here's the thing, Ditcheva brings a different kind of violence. Her Muay Thai background gives her clinch work and body shot combinations that most UFC fighters haven't faced at this level. Plus, she's shown she can adapt mid-fight and find finishes in ways opponents don't expect. The real question becomes, is the UFC flyweight division ready for someone who finishes elite fighters like Taila Santos? Remember, Santos went the distance with former champion Valentina Shevchenko twice. Ditcheva put her away in 2 rounds with body shots.
She's never won a belt, as she said. Like, she's not a complete fighter, is she? I'm not a complete fighter. She definitely isn't either, so. But whatever.
Miller's warning might be more prophetic than promotional. If Ditcheva eventually makes her way to the UFC, and let's be honest, it's probably a matter of when, not if, she could immediately shake up a division that's been relatively stable. What makes this situation even more compelling is Ditcheva's trajectory compared to her teammate Kayla Harrison. Harrison dominated PFL, moved to UFC, and captured gold within just a few fights. The blueprint is there.
Santos is in big trouble. She's in big trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for the championship.
But Ditcheva might be even more dangerous because she's doing this at 26 years old. Harrison was already an established Olympic champion when she transitioned to MMA. Ditcheva is building her legacy from the ground up in mixed martial arts, and she's doing it with a finishing ability that's rare in women's MMA. The question isn't whether she'll eventually test herself against UFC competition, it's whether the UFC flyweight division is prepared for what she brings to the table. Based on Juliana Miller's warning and Kayla Harrison's endorsement, they had better start preparing now. Ditcheva has stated she's locked into PFL for at least another year, planning to defend her title. But after that, the MMA world might witness the next great disruption in women's mixed martial arts. So there you have it, fight fans. From Kayla Harrison calling her a killer to Juliana Miller warning the entire UFC flyweight division, Dakota Ditcheva is building a reputation that extends far beyond the PFL smart cage. With her perfect 15-0 record, devastating striking, and proven ability to finish elite competition, she represents the kind of threat that changes divisions. Whether she stays in PFL to build her legacy or eventually makes the jump to UFC, one thing is certain, the women's flyweight landscape in MMA is about to get a lot more interesting. What do you think? Is Dakota Ditcheva the biggest threat to the current UFC flyweight hierarchy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe for more MMA news and analysis. And we'll see you in the next one. Stay hungry, fight fans.
Dakota, a superstar. What is up, Fiat? You're the next big thing. Look out your Lord. Great to see it, Fiat. Strong woman, good girl. Looking awesome. Great to see it. Great to finally meet you. Love it, love it. What's the crack? What are we up next? Yeah, Bella, walking for something. Look, as superstar right here, 100%. Love it, bro. Don't hold the great to see you. Good. All right, man, how you doing? Nice to meet you, man.
Magnitude of arena in your home country, everything like that?
Yeah, of course. I haven't been to a UFC London card before, so it was really nice to see the growth in the UK. You know, I know it's UFC and not PFL, but it was just nice to see so much support for the UK, from the UK fans. And, you know, I'm happy for everyone at the UFC that pulled off a good show like that. So, yeah.
The next UFC pay-per-view is a women's flyweight title fight with Valentina Shevchenko, Manon Fiorot. How do you think that one goes?
Very good fight. Very good fight. I think Shevchenko will probably keep the belt, I would say. But it's going to be a good fight. You know, I don't think it's going to be an easy one for the both of them. So I'm excited to watch it. Yeah, very, very strong girls.
Conor McGregor has just sent a crystal clear warning message to Dana White and the entire UFC brass. And it's all about one fighter who's taking the combat sports world by storm. The Irish superstar isn't mincing words when he says Dakota Ditcheva is the next big thing. And sources suggest she's definitely UFC bound. Stay tuned as we break down why McGregor's endorsement could change everything, what Ditcheva really wants, and the shocking timeline that's just been revealed.
Fucking up, bro. Dakota, superstar. You're the next big thing. Look out your Lord. Thank you.
How you doing, buddy? Okay, yeah. Good, man. Good.
Looking awesome. Great to see it. Great to finally meet you. I know. Love it. What's the crack? What are we up next? Lovely. As superstar right here.
That's what I say, man. Yeah.
Love it, bro. Don't go to great.
Let's start with the bombshell that dropped at BKFC 71 earlier this month. When Conor McGregor crossed paths with PFL flyweight champion Dakota Ditcheva, what happened next sent shockwaves through the MMA community. Great to see you, sweetheart. You're the next big thing, baby. Those weren't just casual words from the Notorious. This was McGregor doing what he does best, spotting generational talent and putting the entire industry on notice. But here's where it gets interesting. McGregor didn't stop there. In a follow-up encounter at a recent BKFC Dubai event, the former two-division UFC champion doubled down, telling Ditcheva, "You're the next big thing. Strong women, good girl. Fucking awesome. Great to see you. Great to finally meet you."
Social media followers have gone up. Has there been anybody that's followed you or messaged you and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this person even knows I exist?
Yeah, I mean, I have obviously a really good relationship with Manchester City in the UK.
Yep.
And obviously, like Doku, one of the players, always like comments whenever I do like.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I've had interactions like that. I don't look at it myself. That's the funny thing. Like, I only notice when somebody tells me. So, like, my little brother, bless him, will look at stuff like that. He'll be like, Manchester City are following you. Doku just commented, and then somebody else told me after my last fight that Jake Paul tweeted me, but it was Ariel that told me like 2 weeks later, and I was like, oh shit, I missed it.
So you don't look at it?
No, but yeah, Conor McGregor follows me on Twitter. Like, I was told that as well the other day by my brother's friend. So, things like that are like massive.
This is McGregor's clear warning to Dana White. Don't sleep on Dakota Ditcheva. The same man who predicted his own rise to superstardom is now putting his reputation behind a 26-year-old British destroyer who's never lost a fight. And when Conor McGregor talks, the UFC usually listens. So who exactly is Dakota Ditcheva? And why is everyone from Conor McGregor to fight fans worldwide going absolutely crazy over her? Here are the jaw-dropping numbers. 14 fights, 14 wins, 12 finishes. That's not just an undefeated record. That's complete and utter dominance.
She's never won a belt, as she's shown. Like, she's not a complete fighter, is she? I'm not a complete fighter. She definitely isn't either, so. But whatever.
But it was her performance against former UFC title contender Taila Santos that really opened everyone's eyes. Ditcheva didn't just win, she systematically broke down Santos with devastating body shots, forcing a second-round TKO that left the MMA world stunned. And here's the kicker, she's got the personality to match the skills. After dismantling Santos, Ditcheva grabbed the mic and delivered this savage line. She's been saying, she's just a Barbie, she should be a model. Well, a model just beat your AA in round 2, so shut up.
Talking, she's been saying she's just a Barbie, she should be a model. Well, a model just beat your ass in round 2, so shut up.
That's the complete package. Devastating knockout power, undefeated record, and the charisma to sell fights. At just 26 years old, with fighting literally in her DNA, thanks to her mother Lisa Howarth being a multiple-time world kickboxing champion, Ditcheva represents everything the UFC women's flyweight division desperately needs.
Okay, so you're not happy with her to continue.
His legs. Oh, knees.
This clinched knee is devastating in the
Here from the coach.
mode of maintaining balance. And look at that. Look at this tight plumb. Every time.
Oh,
pain on the face. Shrink and slip.
This could be it, though.
In MMA, this is that position, but Dakota uses it.
Body has taken a and now Dakota already severely
With effort there, Valentina needs to square up and close.
For the sake of fighter safety,
Now here's where things get really interesting. Despite all the speculation about a UFC move, Dakota Ditcheva just dropped a major announcement that's got everyone talking. According to the latest reports, Ditcheva confirmed during a PFL broadcast, "I just had a good talk with Don Davis. I'm coming back. We're looking at July." But wait, if she's returning to PFL in July, does that kill the UFC dreams? Not so fast. Sources reveal that the UFC has been actively pursuing Ditcheva, even reportedly proposing a potential swap deal with PFL. Ditcheva herself acknowledged this, saying, "It wasn't 100% set, but I did hear it floating around that the UFC did ask for a swap. And here's the smoking gun. When asked about fighting current UFC flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko, Ditcheva didn't shy away. She told TalkSport, "People are always asking me about her, but I mean, she's my top fighter out of everyone. I could definitely, and I would, fight Shevchenko."
You could fight any female right now. Who would you want to go with?
Valentina Shevchenko right now. I want to be at the top. You know, I'm still 26. She's been around for a long time.
Right now, I'm not too sure that Shevchenko is the best 125er there is. This girl's, man, she goes after people. She is nasty.
Valentina has to fight this one.
That's not the talk of someone planning to stay in PFL forever. That's a fighter with her eyes firmly set on UFC gold.